I call Alfred Naro.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise and take a call on the sale and supply of the alcohol, display of low alcohol beverages and other remedial matters amendment bill. Mr. Speaker, it's a pity that that member that has just been speaking has learnt the political art of the manufacturing of crisis. Because if that member had been around long enough to actually be part of the process, and I was outside of Parliament when the process started around the consultation over a long period of time, which engaged with the communities right up and down the country around the sale and supply of alcohol bill that was put in place. In those consultations, that member may not have been part of that, but what communities were able to gain through this legislation, okay, and he's blaming the government, but through this legislation is the ability and a provision to allow communities to engage and consult with the local territorial authorities around the configuration of those bylaws, okay, the opening and closing of on and off licences and all the sales, the areas that surround schools and other forms of facilities in that community, communities get to choose. And if that member had been part of that, he'd realise the so-called chaos that he's talked about does not exist to the degree that he's made out to be. So I want to say to the public that are out there that are listening to this is a very simple bill, and if the member stuck to the issue, which is simply this, it gives discretion to supermarkets to be able to ensure that the supply of alcohol, whether it be low beverage or even a non-alcoholic beverage, would be placed in a one singular place. So therefore it would be the consumer's choice as to what they would choose. This is not the murmurings of the member to create so-called political chaos and crisis when it does not exist. And out of this has come a bill which has seen support from key stakeholders that this is critical. It's a minor bill, it's a minor amendment, but it's important. Because when this piece of legislation did go through, Mr. Speaker, we wanted to ensure that there was no unintended consequences. Well, there is. That's happened. This government is simply ensuring that it remediates that, so it ensures that it's purpose fit for discretion for supermarkets so the consumer can choose. That's simply what it's doing. That's simply the cause and effect of this bill. So, Mr. Speaker, I speak in support of this bill. It's good to see that it has widespread support right across the House, because we see this as a good bill. It's important. It's a minor change, but an important one that again gives discretion to those who are not only providing and trading in the sale of alcohol and low beverage, but also to consumers in their choice. I commend this bill to the House.